Hi friends, my name is Lokesh. Today we will gonna learn about EC2 service and what all the instance types we can choose for EC2 service, and also once it came up, okay, if EC2 instance didn't come up or any issue with a Bootstrap script, and how to check the where we need to check how what is the problem with the EC2 instance. Okay, let's click on launch instance. So Amazon have developed its own AMI image. Basically, they will gonna use a Linux operating system, and they will gonna develop their according to their convenience. Actually, that's called Amazon Linux. Actually, you can use it Amazon Linux, which is available for free tier. Apart from this AMI, you can able to use Red Hat Enterprise Linux and also Ubuntu, whichever the according to the requirement. You can use a Windows server if you wanted to install Active Directory, and also you can use uh, other EMIs like deep learning EMIs. If you wanted to work on data science related, then you can choose corresponding EMIs. And also you can choose Windows machines, and still you will get a lot of EMIs available. Based on the requirement, you can able to choose. So as of now, I'm going to choose Amazon Linux EMI, which is Amazon managed. So let's select. Okay. So the next wizard consisting of yes, choosing instance type. So here the instance type has been broadly classified into four types. So general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, and then storage optimized. So this general purpose instance types will be choose for normal ad hoc workloads, and also reporting purpose, and wherever the load is not very high, then we can choose a general purpose. These general purpose instances consisting of T2 and M4. M means alphabet starting from M instances. Actually, these are all general purpose instances, and the number two depends means defines the second generation. Means every hardware, right, will have a first generation, second generation, something like that. Every generation they will be keep on improving some of the other things. So yeah, here that's called a T2. T2 refers to the second generation general purpose instances. So um, so I'm going to select a T2 micro for this moment. And also you can choose any type of instances. Okay, depends upon your requirements. Say for if you wanted to go for memory optimized, those are all R5 instances. You can scroll down, there are so many instances are available. So the one which is called grayed out, you cannot request because of some reasons, because my account is in a free tier model. That's why you cannot choose these instances. If you wanted to choose these instances, you can contact the AWS premium support and then request them to enable it. Actually, so so if you keep coming down there, you can see the compute optimized C4, C5 instance types. You can means wherever you need a more computing power, you can go ahead for these choosing these instances. And also if you come GPU is related to graphics related. If you are working on any gaming related applications, then you can go ahead and request GPU instances. And the last one is storage optimized. If you want very high IOPS requirement, then you can go for storage optimized instances. These are all starting with i3. So as of now, I'm selecting general purpose T2 micro, which is available for free tier, which is basically 1 CPU and 1 GB memory RAM. So let's click on configure new instances. So in configure instance details, there are a number of options are available. So let's go through one by one. Number of instances refers to how many instances it has to spin up when it is coming through. So suppose if you now if I mention it as a one instance will come up. If you mention two instances or three instances, the three instances at a time it will come. So the next option is the request spot instances. Spot instances are the instances which are mainly Amazon will gonna give at a bidding basis. Means they, whenever they have a extra hardware in their data center, they will gonna which is not be utilized by anyone. So those instances they will gonna sell with a very cheaper rates compared to on demand or reserved or any other type of instances. So you can go ahead and use a spot instance also with very low price. Say for example, US East 1A, their current price bidding is 3 cents, actually 3.5 cents. Okay, if you bid more than 3.5 cents, you can get this spot instances on US East 1A. Similarly, for each availability zone, there will be different bidding rates. So I'm not going for spot instances. So the next one is a network actually. Though, so this is a virtual private network, you can tell. So means each VPC will be divided, subdivided logically into subnets. In this subnet, we will gonna host a particular instance, okay, based on the whatever the region we are selecting. So whenever we log in into a AWS portal with a free tier account, you will gonna get the default VPC and default subnets. So I'm just selecting a default VPC, and also you can go ahead for selecting any one subnet. I am gonna choose US East 1A. So as of now, you can see 4,000 IPs available. So auto assign public IP. So when this will come, the auto assign public IP means whenever the public subnet actually. So there are two concepts. Okay, one is public subnet and private subnet. Private subnet mainly means you don't have a default internet gateway in a routing table. Means you don't have a direct internet connectivity, and it is not, those machines are not exposed to external world actually. So it is one of the secured subnet where you won't have direct internet connectivity. The how we will gonna get internet connectivity, that is a through natting we will gonna do that. We will gonna explain separately in another video. But as of now, for the sake of simplicity, you can enable public IP. Means if you enable public IP, you can able to access from internet or anywhere outside using that public IP. So by default it will be enabled. Then the next one is a placement group. So placement group, there are 2 to 3 types of placement group available. Basically there are cluster placement group and spread placement group and partition placement group. Based on availability, you can be able to choose actually. Means whatever the requirement you have, you can choose. So by default it will be spread placement. You're gonna choose. I'm gonna selecting same thing. Spread placement means wherever the instance, right, it will be deployed in only single availability zone. Means so suppose a 2 to 3 instance, if you spin up, okay, all these are placed in a single availability zone. So that's called a placement group. So the next one is the capacity reservation. So if you wanted to go for reservation, reserved capacity, then you can go ahead. And the domain join directory means if you have any domain to be added this machine, then you can go ahead and select actually. Means active directory. Domain means so active directory. If you have any active directory hosted, either it is a AWS active directory, or it can be on-premises active directory. Those again, the on-premises also you can able to link using active directory connectors actually. So I'm not covering that part over here, but you can able to select if it is the active directory is available, you can able to select. As of now, there is no active directory available, so I'm not selecting as of now. It's a single work group machine, you can able to consider like that. So the next option is IAM role. Basically this IAM role give access to the other services which is hosted in other AWS services. So say for example, you want a complete S3 access, you wanted to save some file into a S3 location, say then you can able to use IAM role. So I already have a S3 full access, so I'm going to select IAM role as S3 full access. So the next one is shutdown behavior. Shutdown behavior refers to the whenever the instance, if you stop, what it has to do. Either it has to terminate or it has to stop. So now I am selecting as a stop actually. So The next one is you can able to choose either hibernation concept is has to be selected or not. Actually, means if you want hibernation, you can able to enable. Means hibernation is whenever some state of the machine you wanted to store sometimes, no, then you can use a hibernation. Otherwise, if you don't need, you no need to select actually. And also you can able to select a enable termination protection. Termination protection is which will safeguard from terminating the instance accidentally by some other junior DBAs or something like that. So whenever if you enable it, you cannot terminate with a immediate with a single click actually. So then you need to disable the termination protection, then you can terminate the instance. So you can select the next option is a monitoring one. You can select if you wanted to monitor the EC2 instance. So the means basically the metrics will be keep on sending to CloudWatch. So what time, say means say what time the CPU means CPU went beyond threshold like 80% or 60%. What is idle? So those are all you can able to get the details from CloudWatch. So under tenancy. Tenancy means, see, there are something called shared, dedicated host. Tenancy means the where the VM which is hosted, that whatever the hardware, it may be shared with other clients, or it should not be shared based on requirement. Some critical projects they will request like our wherever the VMs are hosted, that hardware should not be shared with any of the clients actually, something like that. So the dedicated host means it's something like a bare metal, means you will get an entire physical host so that you can use it actually. So the next important one is so the network interface. So if you want a single network interface or a multiple network interface, you can able to choose. And the next one is user data. Actually, you can mention a user data, means basically what means what instance, what services has to come up uh, whenever okay. The user data refers to the mainly Bootstrap script, means whenever the instance has come up, so what are the services it has to bring it up. So you can so as of now I have a simple Bootstrap script, mainly what all the things means whenever the instance is coming up, what are the instance by default it has to uh, enable. So I have means I'm mentioned like YAM update and HTTPD services. With the HTTP service, one blank uh, web page actually. So that's what I mentioned, and then click on next. Okay. So the next one shows the storage. Actually, storage by default the root volume it will gonna show. It have a, if you see the options like GP2 volume, general purpose SSD, GP2 volume will be there. Mainly there won't be any much IO operations will gonna take actually. If you means for those you can use a general purpose SSD. If you want something like very high IO and throughput related disks, you can go ahead for adding a new volume, EBS volume. So you can request how much EPS volume you require, 8, 10, 20 like that. So based on that, so for sake of simplicity, I'll gonna keep 10 GB. So you can select either a general purpose SSD, or if you are installing any databases like Oracle, DocumentDB, or MongoDB, then you will go ahead for provisioned IOPS, which will give more throughput and also low latency. And performance will be very high in a provisioned IOPS. And the IO1 and IO2 also almost similar. Actually, you can go ahead for selecting IO and IO2 based on requirement. And cold HDD is mainly used for wherever infrequent access you will gonna do. Means your storage is doesn't have much IO related. It's very cheapest cold HDD. You can go it for something like storing a file which is not frequently used. That can you could use this. And the throughput automized, mainly you can go for data warehouse kind of applications where you won't have much IO, but only throughput will be required. And magnetic is somewhat almost similar to GP general purpose. It's a oldest generation, means oldest model of storage. Generally, we're gonna go for general purpose or provisioned IOPS or throughput. So these are the main EBS volumes you can able to select, or you can select generally. So you can select a delete and termination, okay, and also you can able to encrypt. Okay, there is a provision you can go ahead and select based on KMS ID. If you have one KMS ID, you can go ahead and encrypt EBS volumes so that it will be secured whatever the data stored over there. So I am not selecting, but you have a option to encrypt the volumes also. So the next one is addition of tags. So tags wherever required, whenever we have multiple instances belonging to different applications, then in order to differentiate EC2 instance among those, suppose some of them are web server, some of them are master node, something like that. If in order to differentiate, you can go ahead and mention something like, so I'm gonna mention this instance belong to project like finance actually. So I can differentiate. And the next one is it can become, suppose if you have a something like account number, if it is this instance belongs to this account number, something like that you can define. So and the next one is we're going to click on the configure security group. Security group mainly used to give access to the external world. You can go ahead for selecting the existing security group, or you can go ahead for creating a new security group. So as of now, I'm going to create a new security group, my SC security group name, and also I'm giving by default 22 as a port open. Means basically if you open 22 port, SSH access will be open. And also you can mention from which IP this has to be accepted. If you mention my IP, means it will gonna take my laptop IP, or anywhere means, okay, you can mention 0200/0/0/0/0. So custom IP means you can give only this particular IP or range. Okay, suppose you have a subnet range like 30 dot or 10.0.0.0/32, or /32 means one machine, or /24 means entire subnet, so that you will get almost 500 and uh, 5 2 to the power of 32 minus 24, 2 to the power of 8, actually 2 to the power of 8 APC you're going to get if you have mentioned as a 24. So as of now I am mentioning like 0/0/0. So since it's testing used for testing purpose only, so review and launch. So whatever the options you selected, you will go for review and then click on launch. So when you come for launch, you can choose existing key pair or a new key pair. So I'll go for give a new key pair. So this new key pair should be safely protected. If you forget, or if you lose this key pair, you can't able to log into EC2 instance. Then you will gonna lose this EC2 instance, or you need to terminate and recreate it once again. So I'll gonna create my web, okay, and download the key pair. So then I'll click on launch instances. So I'll gonna click on here. So we're gonna wait for some time. Actually, means some time means it will be come up within a seconds. So we're gonna wait for a few seconds. Until the time we can understand certain details actually of the related to this EC2 instance. So you have instance ID, instance type, whatever we have chosen, and public DNS will be there, and private IP, and here public IP is there, public DNS will be there, and if you choose any elastic IPs, elastic IPs will gonna mention, and what type of IAM role it's already assigned, and also what type of IAM ID you have chosen, and also um, what type of tenancy, and there are some more details are available. You can able to get it from here. Okay. So as of now, the instance state is running. Okay, I'm gonna mention as a web SRV1. You can mention like this. So how to access? Okay, so initially, right, if you go click on action, there is a connect button. If you click on once you click on connect button, you will get three options. One is a standalone SSH client, so it will gonna show the details of how you can able to download the key pair and how to connect from a putty or mobile extern, whatever the IDE is available in the market or with you, you can able to use it. And the second option is a session manager. Basically, this is a AWS managed session manager. In order to use this session manager, you need to install SSM agent. But as of now, I have not installed, so I can't able to use it. So let's use standalone SSH agent. So what I will do, I will gonna take the IP details. So public IP and copied. So I'll gonna use my IDE mobile external. Okay, mobile external. Okay, okay. So let me open mobile external. So it didn't install, sorry. Okay, okay. So it came up. What I will do, go to the sessions, click on session, then click on SSH, type this one, type a IP, and then use a private key. There is something called private key. Then you go ahead and select the private key, which you downloaded already. Go to downloads, go to one sec where I am missing downloads. Okay, so what I will do, let me go users, then here my downloads, my web.pm. So then once you logged in, you need to use a user as EC2-user. That is a default user whenever you logged into any AWS machines. You can use EC2-user. It will be get authenticated against your key value pairs, whatever you downloaded earlier. Okay, it's got authenticated. Sudo su. If you click on sudo su hyphen, so then you will get so you can able to see what are the partitions available. So then if you wanted to check what all the services came up, go to where cd where log. So you will get unit.log. See, let me see what unit.log contains. Uh, okay. So here basically whenever the EC2 instance came up, what all it happened. Okay, if any failure has happened, if any package didn't happen, you can able to see here. So as of now, so those are the logs you can able to see. And also there is one more log called cloud init output.log. This is a log pertaining to Bootstrap script. Whatever we requested to install HTTPD and web page, those are all it will be shown. So it's installed successfully. So what we will do, so how to check actually? So you can access the IP of the public DNS, copy this public DNS and then click on here. Okay. So then let me see what has happened. Okay, so why it is not happening here is we have not opened a port 80. That's why. So let me go to security groups, my security group, click on my security group and then edit inbound rules, add custom TCP rule. So and allow port 80. So we're gonna, as of now, I'm gonna mention 0.0.0 and then save it. once you save, so the the page come up actually. So whatever the Bootstrap script we have provided, it is working fine. So the next one is I wanted to show here is so from the console, right? How to check what user data we have provided. You can go to instance state, instance settings, and view user data. So you can able to view what all that Bootstrap script you passed. And also there are some other options are available. If you wanted to stop, you can go ahead stop, and if you want to reboot the machine, go, and if you want to terminate, use a terminate. And also you can able to change the security groups also. So and also using replace you can go ahead and attach a new IAM role, or you can detach also, and you can change it. So you go to networking and change security groups. If you wanted to add one more security group, you go and add. If you wanted to delete, you can take out. So basically security groups allows what all the ports to be open and how the connection has to go in and out. So that's all related to the EC2 service. uh, Hope I have provided ample amount of information for regarding EC2 service. I hope you guys enjoyed in learning the EC2 services. And there are several couple of items, couple of options available. So I'll gonna cover up in the next video. But as of now, I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks. Okay, once again.